No matter how happy and contented we are in the present, more glorious memories of the past are always a part of our minds. Precious moments and beautiful hours that often leave us feeling nostalgic. To me, remembering those good old times, when life was relatively good, often bring meaningful smiles on my lips. My name is Oluranti Titilayo Ogunyemi Ayuba. My good old day story, you have it. I'm from Ikogosi, Ekiti State, but was born and raised in Lagos. History has it that my maternal great-grandfather was the Obanla of Ikogosi, next in hierarchy to the king, Oloja of Ikogosi, who was as popular as the king himself. So you see, I come from a great lineage and I'm proud of this. While growing up, my father, Felix Ogunyemi of blessed memory, and mother, Mrs. Elizabeth Ogunyemi, who, by the grace of God, is still active at over 90 years of age, were both headmaster and teacher at Surulere Baptist Primary School, respectively. As a matter of fact, my late dad was the pioneer headmaster of that school. So, growing up with parents who were both teachers in those days meant that there were high expectations from you as regards your conduct, morals, and even academic performance. To the society then, children of teachers must not only be above board, but must also be a shining example to others. The burden on us then was so heavy that you could not afford to let your parents down in this regard. While my parents handled us with love, they never missed discipline and orderliness. Trust teachers. They not only embraced Christian values and practiced those values to the core, they also ensured they passed those values down to us, the children. I remember with nostalgia now how we would wake up at 5 a.m. for morning devotion, which would last till 6 a.m., take turns to read the Bible and their accompanying daily guides, pray while my father would cap it up with admonitions and pep talk aimed at impacting on us life's values. This prayer routine will be repeated at 9 p.m. too. And this never took away our constant and regular worship at the church on Sundays and other festive periods. Our lives then hung around church, school, and occasional birthday parties. Did I tell you I'm the last of 5 children? Call me the baby of the house in the real sense of it, and you won't be too far from the truth because the gap between the fourth and my humble self is wide. In fact, by the time I got to secondary school, all my older ones had moved out of the house for greener pastures. They were just visitors to the house. You would expect some pampering. I won't deny this, but my parents never spared the rod when it was necessary. We all had assigned chores. Mine, being the youngest, was to dust the furniture and ensure it was sparkling clean. God help you if you left traces of dust or cobwebs settling on the furniture where you expected to have cleaned. I attended Methodist Girls High School, Yaba. You won't have that kind of upbringing I had and not be a studious student, the kind we referred to as efiko in those days. In school then, I had always envied people's recalcitrant attitude, imagining their gods and wishing I could occasionally break the law. I did. There was this particular rice joint outside the school called Grace's Corner. We have been severally warned not to go and eat there. The day I followed them was the day we were caught. We were not only caught, we were paraded like common criminals in the assembly hall. I almost cried my head off that day. Thank God the principal, then Mrs. Onofooko, mellowed down on her stance to report to her parents. I would have been in a bigger soup. As good as I was in other subjects, mathematics then remained a challenge. The reason why I had to drop my life ambition of becoming a pharmacist. Thinking now, could this have accounted to why I ended up marrying a pharmacist? Oh no, sheer providence. This challenge did not, however, deter me from making the best from what life had to offer. I graduated from Ogun State University and later had my master's degree program at University of Lagos. In all, I ensured that I was never found wanting in my chosen vocation, both in the corporate world and in personal businesses. I had always involved myself in one form of trade right from my teenage years, and this had helped in building a formidable business over the years. No thanks to an upbringing of hard work, tenacity of purpose, and absolute faith in God, the enabler of all things. I look back now, what did I see? I saw communal support in every home. I saw fear of God in every neighborhood. I saw resilience in each growing child. Picking role models in all accomplished leaders at that time. You either wanted to be a Titilayo Oluranti, Margaret Ekpo, Grace Alele Williams, Adetun Ogunsheye, the first female professor in Nigeria, or on the global scene, a Margaret Thatcher or an Indira Gandhi. Our ambitions were tall, so what happened? Society then was relatively safe. Safe enough to travel from north to south, south to east, east to west without fear of kidnapping or bandits. I had my national youth service in Ekiti State, though my parents were so reluctant to let me go that far, but the love of the nation called. It was then a thing of pride to serve your nation. Traveling through train was fun. I remember, upon arrival in Zaria, I was accommodated by a total stranger before I moved on to the orientation camp. You want to try that today? Then life was peaceful and good. The good old days taught us so many virtues. The good old days created in us some patriotic zeal that made us always think of what we could do for our country and not what our country can do for us. The good old days made us place premium on education and hard work as against today's get-rich-quick syndrome. I now wonder, can we bring back those wonderful days and turn those exceptional memories back to reality? Do we have a second chance to right the wrongs and make things work well for our good and that of our children? Yes. We can change the narrative. We must use the lessons of the old to create the new, starting from us. We can be the difference we crave. Nigeria can be greater. Nigeria can still be a country where integrity, honesty, hard work, kindness, merit over favor, joy, happiness, safety, contentment, loyalty, togetherness hold sway. Yes. It is possible. It is feasible. It is achievable. Let hope go viral. Yes, it can be done. Should be our watchword. Our children deserve a greater and brighter tomorrow, not tales of the good old days. I therefore align with Sir Shimori Badejo in this collective drive towards a greater, brighter, and better tomorrow for not only our children, but for us too. Remain blessed.